Hello and welcome back to my channel of free trade analysis. I am Vaji Kazmi and I will be doing the analysis of several forex pairs and in some indices and cryptocurrencies as well. If you are new to my channel, then please subscribe to it and click on the bell icon as well to receive regular notifications for your intraday trades. And if you are short on time, I have given the timestamps below if so you guys can save your time and just look at the pair that you guys want to trade tomorrow. Okay, so now let us discuss the USDJPY pair and that from where we left off yesterday. The scenarios that we gave yesterday have been executed beautifully. We gave you some buying setups, these were not executed, but this selling setup upon a retest was executed beautifully, and you guys can clearly see that we gave you this support area, that if this area was broken and this was retested again, we could go short upon a retest. If we would have gone short from here, we could have made a good profit till here. Okay, so if I just take a sample trade for you guys, so you can have a idea that how much profit we would have definitely made. So the profit would be 4.6% approximately. So this is a huge profit in this USD pair. And now let us identify further that what could have happened. Another trade that we gave to you guys was that if the market closed above this area, we could have gone long, and you guys can clearly see that the market went above this area. We could have gone long from here. Let me open a smaller time frame so we can have a better idea. That you guys can clearly see that when market closed above this area, we had to go long. So if I take a long position over here for you guys, so you guys can have a better idea as how much profit we could have taken from this. It would be somewhere like this, and our stop loss would be here, so this would be a good 2.6% profit as well. Okay, so the two trades that we gave to you guys, the two of those scenarios came into play beautifully. So now let us discuss the further scenarios that can happen. But I think that the scenarios that were given yesterday were the market has once again came back to those levels. So what we can clearly see that the market has taken out this liquidation high, and market is now retraced, has retraced quite a bit. Now I'm expecting the market to go up further. So if let me remove the previous setup so we can have a clear picture of all the graphs. So this area is not really valid anymore. As you can clearly see that now this area is our area of interest in the 1 hour chart. So this is also a short-term swing low. So this is our support area. Now let me identify another short-term support area, which would be approximately over here. Okay, this is another area of support. Okay, so now how do we take the trades? Now, as you can clearly see that the market is over here. Now let me also mark a short term, a very short term area of resistance, which is this. Let me mark this area, the resistance area, in red color so you guys can have a better idea. Okay, so I am expecting the market to break this area and market to close above this area. And if the market returns to this area and once again market closes above this area, then maybe we can go long from here. And if we are a risky buyer, maybe we can just go long straight away if the market closes above this area. On the other hand, if the market breaks past this area and respects this area again, and then maybe we can go short from here as well. Let me just change the color of the selling arrows to red so you guys do not get confused at any point. Okay, so this is a selling and this is a selling arrow. Okay, so now let me give you a super selling scenario. If the market closes below this area, if you're a risky seller, maybe you can go for a selling straight away from this point as well. Okay, now we have to look for a good selling opportunity. If the market comes in this area, okay, if the market comes in this area and respects this area, maybe we can go short from here as well. Okay, but we have to keep an eye out as in what is going on. Okay, so as you guys can clearly see that the market has respected our given scenarios. If we open the 4-hour chart, the swing high is this area. Okay, so let me just mark this area as our next area of interest. Okay, so our next area of interest would be something like this, so we can have a better idea as to what we are expecting in near future. Okay, this is our next area of resistance. Let me open the 1-hour chart. As you guys can clearly see that this area is also very close. So if at any given point the market enters this zone and market closes below this zone, we have to look for a good selling opportunity unless this zone is broken as well. Okay, so these are the scenarios for USDJPY, and this scenario is still valid, and this scenario is also still valid if market comes in this zone. Let me just mark this area as an area of a good buying opportunity. I think it has already been mentioned before as well, but I am marking this area again so you guys can avoid any chance of missing out on any trade. Okay, now let's move on to the next pair, which is Dow Jones DJI. Okay, when we were discussing yesterday, the market was approximately over here, rather over here. So we identified this support zone. If this was broken, then maybe we could have gone short. But this was, as you guys can clearly see, that it was broken. It was broken and retested again, and we could have made small profit if we would have gone short till here. And after that, once again, the market went up and made a double top pattern with this area. And if we were smart traders, we could have gone short from here, and we could have made a good profit till here. Okay, so now let me check that how much setups that how much profits from the given setups were made. Okay, let me open the 15-minute chart so we can have a better idea. Okay, as you guys can clearly see that we were discussing and the market was over here, market went up and tested this area again, and market closed below this area. So the amount of profit that we could have made would be approximately from here. We would have put our stop loss over here, and our take profit would be approximately over here. So it is let me just open this area. This is good 1.4% profit. So this was a easy profit taking. So and after this, this was the second setup of what you can say. This was a double top setup from here. So as you can clearly see, market went up, and when market tested this area again and closed up again, then we would have definitely gone short from here when the market closed below this area. So this would be our selling area, and our stop loss would be over here. Our take profit would be huge. Oh, this is a huge amount of profit, approximately 24%. Oh, this is so huge. If only if we would have simply followed the area of selling, even if we would have gone short on the 1-hour time frame, then still we would be in huge profit. Let us check. Yes, something like this. The profit would be amazing. Okay, amazing profits. So if you would have gone short till here, still an 11% minimum profit. If you would have gone short on a 15 minutes chart, then the profit would be even greater, approximately more than 20%. So this was a huge profit for us today from this pair. Now let us discuss further that what it has in store for us tomorrow. As you guys can clearly see that this area has now turned into an area of resistance. Now let me remove the previous selling and buying setups. Okay, and this setup is still valid. Now let me just mark another area of interest, which is this. Okay, this is our next area of interest from where we would like to look for a good buying opportunity. The buying opportunities, how they are gonna come into play. First of all, let me identify this area as my area of resistance, and let me identify this area as a short-term area of support. Okay, so as you guys can clearly see, if the market goes above this area, and if the market respects this area again, then maybe we can go long from here. Okay, and if we are a risky buyer, if the market goes above this area, maybe we can go long straight away. Let me remove the previous arrows so you guys do not get confused at any given point of time. The areas that I have already marked, they are very critical, so you guys have to make sure that you guys also mark these areas so you guys do not get stuck on any single point and you guys do not miss any profit from any angle. Okay, so now let us look for the selling opportunities. As you guys can clearly see that the market is in a downtrend basically. So the next possible selling scenario that we can assume would be around somewhere from here. Let me just change this arrow to red color, and if the market closes below this area, we would go short from here. And if somehow market does not do so and market closes below this area straight away, then maybe we can go short. Okay, so another great selling setup would be if the market closes below this area, and if the market respects this area again, and once again the market closes below this area, then maybe we can go short, something like this. Okay, so and similarly, if the market respects this area once again tomorrow, then this would become our area of interest in selling. So we would keep an eye out on this area for selling opportunity as well, and this area as well. So just be vigilant and just be careful, as I am expecting this pair to be to give us a good selling opportunity tomorrow as well. Okay, now let's move on to the next pair, which is DE30. Okay, so yesterday when we were discussing this pair, the market was somewhere around here. We marked this area as resistance and this area as a short-term support. And you guys can clearly see that the trades that we gave, these selling setups did not come into play. But this risky buy setup and this setup of what you can say of a retest came into play beautifully, and the amount of profit that we could have made from these trades would be maybe small, but still any profit is good profit. So we can clearly see that the amount of profit would be 1% if we would have gone long on a risky buy. And now let us see if we could have gone long on a if you would have gone long on a retest. You guys can clearly see that this area was broken, and once again market went down, and once again this area is broken again over here. So we could just easily go long after this closing. So the amount of profit would be approximately till here, and our stop loss would be approximately till here. So this is easy 2.3% profit, which is also good for any pair and any trading purpose. So now let us discuss the setups that we have in play for with us today. Let me remove the previous selling setups and buying setups. As now you guys can clearly see that this area is not of interest anymore, and now this area is our new area of interest. Now let me just move its resistance over here. Now you guys can clearly see that this area has now turned into an area of resistance. If somehow market has this area tomorrow, we will go short from here, and these setups would come into play beautifully. I am looking for majorly good selling opportunities. So the short term area of what you guys can say, this is an area of support. So if the market somehow tests this area again and market closes above this area just like it is doing in the current candle, then maybe we can go long from here as well. And if somehow market closes above this area, then maybe we can go long straight away. We are a risky buyer. Okay, the second, now the selling setups would come into play from this area, and another selling setup would come into play if market closes below this area, and then market retests this area again, and then once again the market closes below this area. And on the other hand, if we are a risky seller, we simply sell this pair when the market closes below this area. Okay, but we have to be vigilant, and we have to look out for the market's possible selling scenarios that might come into play. And another buying scenario would be if the market respects this area and market closes above this area at any given point of time. For example, in the running candle as well, maybe we could go long and risk just 1% of a total portfolio. Okay, so now let's move on to the next pair, which is BTC. So as since tomorrow that the we what we discussed tomorrow was that market was roaming around this area, and we gave that if market closes above this area and respect to this area again, then maybe we could go long. But you guys can clearly see market closed above this area and respect to this area, but it did not really give us huge profits, but only break-even trades happened. Let me open the 15-minute time frame so we can have a better look. As you can clearly see, market closed above this area, market respected this area again, and how much profit we could have simply made from this long trade upon a retest from here. Our profit would be approximately till here, and our stop loss would be approximately here. So good 2.7% profit would have been made from here. And now let me go to the 1 hour chart, and another yes, further another setup that we yeah, to you guys was that if a market closes below the support zone, then maybe if you are a risky seller, maybe you could go short straight away. So once again, let us go back to the 15-minute chart, and if you guys would have gone short from here, you guys could have made some good profit from this trade as well. So the profit would be approximately till here. So this is a good 1% profit. Okay, as you guys can clearly see. Okay, now let us discuss that. Now let us remove the previous scenarios first, and now let us give you the possible scenarios for tomorrow. Okay, so let me remove this arrow, and this arrow, and this, and this arrow as well. Okay, so what do we have? As you guys can clearly see that this swing high has been taken out over here, and but this swing low has not been taken out, so I'm expecting the market to go up tomorrow. So now let me mark the trades accordingly. As you guys can clearly see that this area is still our area of interest. If market somehow reaches this area, we would look for a selling opportunity. And you guys can clearly see that from a buying perspective, I gave you a beautiful trade yesterday as well, that if at any given point the market enters this support zone, and then we have to go long once the market gives us a green signal and a green opportunity. And you guys can clearly see that the market gave us tested this area and gave us a buying candle over here. The amount of profit that you guys could have made would be approximately, let me just take a trade for you guys. Yes, so okay, so the good 3.7% profit would be if just simply you would have gone long from this area. Okay, and now this area is also still valid. Now I am going to mark short-term support zone, which is this area, and now this area is now acting as a area of resistance. Okay, let me mark this area as an area of support. So now let us check that as you guys can clearly see, the market is currently over here. If the market tests this area and closes above this area, then maybe we can go long from here. On the other hand, if market closes above this area and market gives us a good buying opportunity, then we will maybe go long straight away. But this scenario might not really come into play. So another area, the selling scenario would come into play if market closes below this area, and then market tries to test this area again but fails to break it, and market closes below this area. Maybe we could go short from here. Another selling setup would come into play if market somehow breaks this support area and goes short, then we will go short straight away. Okay, and these would be our setups for BTC tomorrow. Now let's see that whichever setup comes into play first. Okay, and you guys can clearly see that the area of resistance is also this area. This is short-term area of resistance. Okay, so just be vigilant that whichever area is tested first and broken past, then just take a trade accordingly. Okay, let me make an arrow from here as well. If the market tests this area, then when market closes below this area, we will go short. But if market breaks this area, then maybe we are going to look for our double bottom pattern, we will trade it upon a retest for a buying opportunity. Okay, now let's move on to the next pair, which is Ethereum. Okay, as we discussed yesterday for the Ethereum pair, when we were discussing, you guys can clearly see that market was over here. We gave you buying opportunities if market closed above this area and market respected this area again, then we would go for a buying opportunity. As you guys can clearly see that market closed above this area. Okay, let me just move on to the 15-minute chart for better understanding and better trade levels. Market closed above this area and market but it broke past this area again. Once again market closed above this area but again closed below. So what happened is that when market closed above this area once and market closed above this area twice, but still it was not valid as market has closed below this area, so this area was not respected. So when we would have entered would be once again when the market once again test closed above this area and then market closed above this area once again. So only then we could have gone long from here. Okay, so the amount of profit that we could have made would be approximately till here. So let me just mark the amount of profit. Okay, I have marked. So and this would be a stop loss. So good 7.5% profit would have been made from this trade. Another setup that was given was the straightaway buying setup, but we would have had maybe hit a stop loss over here on this trade. So but a good 7% profit has already been made, so we would have not been gone in loss in this pair as well. Okay, so now let us look for the current scenarios that we have and what the market has in store for us. Let me remove the previous setups so we can discuss fresh setups today. Okay, I'm going to remove all these selling opportunities as well, as these are not valid anymore. But you guys can clearly see that the swing lows and the swing highs have not been tested. So this may be possible that they might be tested tomorrow. So let me mark a short-term area of resistance for tomorrow, so we can have a better idea as what the market is going to do with us. Okay, if somehow market comes here, we will go long, and if somehow market comes into play over here, we will go long from here as well. Okay, so the market is currently at an area of resistance. Now, how would we do our trades if the market closes above this area? Let me change its color to green. If market closes above this area and market respects this area again, then we will go long from this support level. And if somehow market closes above this current resistance area, then maybe we could just go long straight away. And if the market closes below this area and market tries to test this area again and market closes below this area, then we will look for a selling opportunity like this. Okay, and on the other hand, if the market just simply closes below this support zone, these two support zones, then maybe we can go short straight away. But we have to be vigilant from this swing low level, then market might go up from here unless it is broken as well. Okay, so the another area of return or selling opportunity might come from here as well. So we have to keep an eye out from this for this area as well. Okay, 1605 to 1590. Okay, so these would be our Ethereum setups for tomorrow. Now let's just wait and watch that which of these scenarios comes into play first and how much profit or stop loss do we get hit tomorrow. Okay, if you guys like my video, then please subscribe to my channel and also click on the bell icon so you guys can receive regular notifications from my end. And if you guys would like me to improve anything, then please let me know in the comments box, so I would love to change or improve on anything that you guys might want me to do. Okay, that's all from today, and let us wait and watch, and see you guys in the next video. Thank you.